Well, good evening, Rebecca.
Good evening, Dad. And good evening, Shallow Friends.
And welcome to our next episode of The Shallow End.
Welcome back, guys.
As I think most of our loyal listeners are accustomed to now, we have absolutely nothing prepared.
No, we don't. We super don't. Not even a topic.
No topic. No. So in order to save face,
we do have a surprise.
We do have a surprise.
It's me. It's Maggie.
Maggie's back.
A surprise. We have a guest. We have a surprise guest. It's Maggie. You might recognize her voice from our pets episode. She was our first ever guest, and she's our first ever second time
repeat guest.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a couple of things to kick off the episode with that I'd like to. What?
Sorry, I just took a sip of our wine that we're working on right now, and it is fun. Maggie has Coke.
Maggie has
Coca-Cola.
Well,
hey, we're on air.
I'm not going to address the other one.
We're on air.
Okay, so we're drinking courtesy of not Polly on wine,
however,
but Polly's wine cellar and cafe.
Yeah, I thought it was cellar.
Anyway, Polly has graciously donated the Eola Hills 2019 Pinot Noir.
Oh, it's a Pinot Noir. That's why it's weird.
That's why it's weird?
Yeah, it's weird.
I thought the pause was because you really liked it.
I do like it,
okay.
But it is weird. Usually I don't like Pinot Noirs because they're the ones, correct me if I'm wrong, they're the ones that kind of smell like barnyard.
Sometimes. I think he said this might have like an old world kind of take on a Pinot Noir, so that's probably what you're...
So
it's more barnyard?
Maggie, smell it.
Ew.
It's not barnyard.
Don't say ew.
Sorry. It's not barnyard, but it is weird.
Let me sniff it again.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, she's gonna have to deal with my eye issues.
All right. So, outside of the wine, the last episode we recorded.
Sorry, I'm the one that had to edit it, and it was
rough.
It was a multi-day long editing. Like I had to put it away and come back to it. Oh no! Yeah.
Were we the problem, or were our impromptu guests
it was
the
our
problem?
guests.
Yeah.
It was our guests. But also, we were really good for the first 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then
I felt like we were doing well. Yeah.
And at first the guests were great, but then we just started talking.
We lost the plot.
We just sunk into having conversations, but then at points you were having a conversation with two people on that side, and I was having a conversation with one
excellent.
person on this side, and I was like,
really,
like this is not,
really good content.
like, at the same time. Like, it was not easy to parse out.
Then somebody tried to die across the street.
Oh yeah, that happened.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. And
Listen to the last episode.
Okay.
And we had creepy
people wandering around.
Military age men in overly casual clothing and backpacks.
Giant backpacks, like
Bringing your backpacks to Bodie's?
No, walking past.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
That's crazy.
Well, thanks to all of our impromptu guests. I'm not sure any of them are ever going to listen, but
they are not listening. I can almost guarantee you. But it was fun, and it was, I think, is like the ideal of what we could have had for an on-location.
Yeah.
Like it was good. We got some good stuff out of it.
It was cute. It was, and I did like the topic too.
I did too.
Yeah,
and I liked the way that it devolved into like the core of what we were actually saying.
Right. Yeah.
Without us even realizing it.
Yeah. Well, so.
Yeah.
Yay us, and thank you for editing for so long.
And maybe we'll try it again. Somewhere else.
Well.
Or maybe same place. I don't know.
I've threatened that once Polly's place opens, that we're going to use the VIP cellar room as our podcast studio.
Very important podcast.
Yep.
Yay.
But the topic not last week, wow,
Last
2.5 weeks ago now, was originally it was like places, the value of places,
Yeah.
and it kind of turned into home, right? So I wanted to ask, like, you guys have both been up to the cottage recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was great. Actually, that's kind of funny because on our way out, I was thinking about how the cottage, now that I've been going to the cottage longer than I've lived in the house that I live in, it feels more like home to me
Oh, really?
than this house does.
Well, that's because this house
Yeah.
is a pit.
No, no.
It's a perfectly fine house.
It is.
It
It's
is.
a perfectly fine house.
Okay.
It has its faults. So did our last one.
The ghost?
Well, this one doesn't have a ghost. It just has a hole in the ceiling.
No, it doesn't. It's covered up. You covered it up.
Now it has several holes in the ceiling.
You did a great job making it look
I
aesthetically
used
pleasing.
all of the skills I possess.
You did that?
Mom and I did that.
I didn't
Mostly
know.
me.
Yeah, come on, let's be
Because
honest.
I came down and I saw her standing on a chair with her hands in the ceiling. And I was like,
Let me
do
do
you need
this."
me to
Yeah.
help with this?
Yeah.
And yes
No.
was the answer.
Yes was the
very
answer,
much
yes.
so. It involved 2 types of saw and 2 types of drill
Gee.
and several drill bits. We tried out about 4 screws/nails, and it was just to attach 2 vents to our ceiling.
I would like to suggest that it may have involved all those tools, but it probably didn't actually require all those
No,
tools.
definitely not.
True.
Well, one of the tools we took out it was a hacksaw that we used for one pull, and then we were like, nope, let's use the jigsaw. Well, I figured that was a better alternative than what I saw her pulling out when I got into the garage by the tools. I went in there and she was pulling out her mini chainsaw.
Oh, not in our ceiling. Oh, no.
No, it wasn't for use in the ceiling. We had to cut a piece of wood to fit into the ceiling so that we could put,
Oh, okay.
so that it had something to screw into instead of just like half an inch of
This
drywall.
was a multi-step process.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of steps.
My goodness. Wow.
We drilled into the ceiling.
Well,
Well,
thank goodness you did, because
Yeah.
now there's not a hole in the ceiling anymore.
Yay.
There's also not water dripping from the
No.
ceiling anymore,
Yeah.
so that's helpful
That
too.
was the plumber, though.
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
me.
no,
Yeah,
I
that-
didn't fix that one. I arguably made it worse.
Really?
Well, I do take long showers.
You do. Miss hour in the shower.
Hey, not anymore. It's only a half hour in the shower.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I've changed.
Okay, but...
Speaking of hours,
Okay.
Hours is.
are you
in
ready?
H
Can I?
or
This is
no
just going to be a little nugget I dropped because
Fun.
I did math.
Did you?
I did math, and
Okay.
with last episode,
Yes.
we have now released out into the universe over 1,000 minutes of
God.
podcasting.
Whoa.
That sounds like so much, but then I realize how much I hear you guys talk outside of what's recorded. And I'm like, all right, that's nothing. But
You-
those are rookie numbers.
Yeah.
But 1,000 for anybody to listen to
That's true.
is very different from 1,000 that I say to my sister.
1,000.
Oh,
well, I have
yeah.
not listened to 1,000 minutes of our own stuff. I've only listened to like 2.
I have
2,000?
because I
Because you're editing.
now I am, but I also listen to us because I like hearing myself speak.
Clearly.
I think I'm funny.
Yeah.
You should marry into the Trump family.
Or I could just marry myself like Sue Sylvester in Glee.
How do you?
Or Merida.
How do you marry yourself?
I don't know, but Sue
You
Sylvester
just
did
don't
it.
get married
She-
and wear a ring.
I already do that.
Wear 2 rings.
Put 2, one on each hand.
I
No,
already
stack,
do that.
No, stack 2 on one hand.
Oh.
That's then you're what? Isn't the right hand engaged and then left hand is married? Am I going insane?
Nope.
Maggie, you're kidding me. No.
No, you got that
Hey,
wrong, girl.
I already had a world-shaking I'm wrong about something experience last night. I don't think I
What
need
was
another
it?
one.
Share with the class.
I wasn't wrong, first of all.
Oh,
It's
well,
correct. But
why was it world shaking then?
okay.
/shatter.
So this requires very, very short backstory.
Okay.
for how it first came to my attention.
Okay.
So I was walking to a bonfire a few months ago at college, like college students do. And the group of us, we were all talking about candy. And I said, you know which candy I really like is those little maple sugar candies, but I can only get those part of the year. And
the maple sugar candies, aren't they just maple sugar?
They're maple sugar, yeah. Just maple
Yeah.
sugar. They're just
condensed
sugar.
It's turned into a caramel, though, right? Isn't it heated? No?
No,
I don't think
it's
there's
just sugar.
I don't think there's any other ingredient.
Literally.
No. No, it's just sugar.
I think it's just sugar.
It is. I used to eat a pound of it a day.
So what it
I love
really
that stuff.
is maple tree scab.
No.
Do you know what?
Do you know? Yeah, what?
What?
Do you know
Never
the
mind.
difference between the sap and the maple sugar?
That's what I'm saying. The scab, like the maple sugar, is
Ooh.
kind of like it's the evaporated thing on the outside of the tree after you tap it.
Hang on,
I don't
Maggie.
know.
You might be right about this.
Well,
one.
well, it's not scab then, because that's platelets. It would be just dried blood.
Holy shit.
Anyways, we're getting
It's
off.
just dried blood. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and allow that
This
one.
is a moment
We're getting off
where
topic.
this is a moment where you have to realize that marrying the woman that you did is gonna come back to bite you when the offspring that you make with her are a little bit shitty
And
about
then those bites are
semantics.
going to get scabbed with platelets.
It's just dried blood. It's not a scab.
It's not
There's
a scab. The other things are required for it to be a scab, and it's only the
Okay.
dried blood.
Let me point out, only one of us is majoring in a science, and it's not me.
And it wasn't
so-
the one that was being shitty.
And I have of course,
Oh,
a
yeah.
higher degree in
You are
science.
technically
Yeah, well,
a scientist.
No, he's a mage. He's a mage. There's a difference.
Poli-sci mage.
Poli-sci
Okay.
Anyways, so I
Anyway,
was
back
walking.
to the-
I said, I love these maple sugar candies.
Yes.
And we started talking about tapping maple trees. Maple trees.
Oh god! I said that real
I
weird,
know.
girl.
I'm sorry.
We started talking about tapping maple trees.
Maple trees. And I mentioned that the school I went to in 6th grade had a full sugar bush festival. And everybody said they had a what festival?
Yeah, what is sugar bush?
Don't make me do this again.
Do it.
Please, God.
Do it. You brought it up.
Ugh, okay. Sugar bush is it's from I don't remember which native tribe it was, but
We don't have to look it up.
I don't have to
Yeah.
look it up. But it was
Shallow
the
end.
time of year when they went and tapped all the trees, and it was this whole multi-day like festival thing
okay.
where they would boil the maple sap and turn it into syrup and sugar.
Why was it
and
sugar
it was called
bush?
sugar bush. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's a bush that produces sugar.
I guess that's probably it, but it's not a bush, though.
I know.
Okay.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Is it? Do you think it's maybe more like a reference to like going into the bush, like you go into the wild to tap trees?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, but if it's a native,
Additionally,
like, okay, sorry.
it
go
has
ahead.
now been now when people have like a plantation of maple trees, that's called a sugar bush.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Okay.
And I checked last night. I confirmed, despite Colby trying his darndest to prove me wrong,
I'm
I
sure
was
he did.
trying even harder to prove myself right. Because he likes proving people wrong
Dude,
a little bit less than I
The
like
only
being right.
power stronger than Colby wanting to prove somebody wrong
Is
is
me
Maggie
wanting to be
proving
right.
herself right.
And I did, but he still wouldn't believe me.
Of course
But
not.
I've given up.
What were you right about?
I was right about the fact that sugar bush isn't just my brain being stupid, or
You thought you made that up?
well, he thought Blandford School made it up,
Okay.
and I was like,
No.
what?
No, it's,
What?
No.
No, it's a real thing. It's a real word, and it means what we used it as,
Yes.
which is all I was trying to prove.
Yes. Okay.
Well, I'm glad.
Anyways,
I'm glad
sugar
you-
bush rant over.
Okay, I'm glad you worked your way through that trauma.
We're proud of you.
Thank you.
And we support you.
Yesterday, it reminds me the arguments between people, like very stubborn people who have to be right. Yesterday, I was on a golf course, and it was just a dumb thing. It was literally the topic was, how many holes do we have left to play?
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
And one of the other people I was with kept saying, we've got 5 holes left. And he kept counting it out on his fingers and getting to his second hand and saying, we have 5 holes left.
No.
And we all
5
were
brain
kind of like
cells left
staring
too.
at him and going like, what,
Can you count the
dude, what's
fingers
going
that
on
are
with you? I know you're a smart person. And
Did you check that he wasn't missing a finger?
he was not
Okay.
missing a finger. And actually, I think, whatever, it doesn't matter. The guys that won, one of the pair is missing a finger.
Oh,
So it's just a funny little weird
So
thing.
is the new accompanist at the CSA.
There's another new one?
He's really good.
Oh, no, it's a man.
He's good. His last name is Coonrod.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Wait, he's a pianist missing a finger?
Yes, and he
He must
killed
be
it.
good.
He's so good.
Once again, we've come up with a great band name from the
Coonrod.
podcast.
Oh God.
And you'd have to have a really angry raccoon on all
Yeah.
your gear.
Well, we got the insider scoop. Mom and I did, and apparently he's such a good pianist that you can give him a song and tell him, actually, this is in the wrong key. Can you play this in the key of D? And he can just change it.
Yeah, that's pretty standard for pianists, for accompanists.
But could Rosemary?
Rosemary could not. The woman that we had last year could.
Oh, really?
Who
She
did we
could.
have last year?
I don't
'Cause
remember her
remember
name,
her
but she
even
was-
a little.
I do. I worked with her a lot, and she was awesome. I was really
Okay.
looking forward to seeing her
Okay,
again this year.
you guys are talking about the cottage.
Yes.
Yes.
This very special place in northern Michigan that you guys love, and I'm meh about.
Well, okay. Here's the context of it. The context is that it's a spot that we've been going to since we were born.
Right.
Yeah.
Our mother has been going to since
Since
she was born. Her mother has been going to since she was born.
Mhm.
So it's
I think her grandmother has also been going to
Yeah.
since she was born. It's a place that's passed down through the maternal line, and it's also most loved, at least in our family,
Yeah.
through the women. The
Yes.
boys are a little bit ambivalent,
They're lukewarm.
lukewarm.
But Patrick seems to like it.
Patrick is still young enough to enjoy the freedom of it.
Right.
Patrick likes it, but apparently he doesn't like swimming.
He doesn't like swimming?
Nope.
I
I've
think
heard it
he's-
several times this weekend.
Just in general?
I think he's
Yeah.
traumatized
He's just
by
bored.
swimmer's itch. From
No,
back in
he's
the
just
day.
bored.
Oh.
bored.
Bored?
Yeah.
He's bored.
He's bored. He goes in the water. Well, he was complaining about it a couple nights ago. He was like, I get in the water and there's nothing to do.
Oh, come on.
I don't have a screen. What do I do with this?
Yeah.
That might be the generation.
Yeah.
But it is it at least in our family it has been like the boys in our family have appreciated it at times, but
Yeah.
Maggie and I have like a
Yeah, well, you've always loved it.
A longing in our hearts.
like it gets to the point in the fall where we haven't been there for a couple months and it's like a depression.
Yeah.
Like it's bad.
It's
Well, that's-
pretty rough.
That's just Michigan as the days get shorter.
No, because I'm absolutely elated that it's fall and it's beautiful and I can drink chai and be all aesthetic and
sun
listen to
is
cute
still
music.
out,
And the
and
sun
it's
is
like-
still out and it's pretty and I still miss the cottage.
Like I can say as for myself because this year has been the first summer where in a long time where I haven't just gone up as soon as it's available and
Right.
stayed as long as I can because
Yeah.
I have stuff.
You actually
you have adult things
responsibilities
to do.
now.
Yeah, there's life going on.
There's
now.
life going on,
Wow.
and I have been struggling.
Well, so that brings me to the next question about the cottage, which was when. So, again, to bring folks up to speed, there are 2 shows every summer that the Cottage Association that we're a part of puts on. One's for the kiddies and one's for the adults. Not like adult entertainment, but
But like a real show.
a real show. And the kid one was just this past weekend, and so the adult one is going to be coming up in a
Like
month.
3 weeks.
4 weeks.
The rehearsals start in a week.
In a week.
Okay, that was going to
Which
be my
means it's 3
question.
weeks.
So has your little group of people figured out what you're doing?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is the first year that Maggie has agreed to do a song.
Yes.
So it's very exciting. Okay, so
Not fake news.
The show this year, not fake news. The show this year, they alternate usually between like a cabaret like sort of thing and an actual musical.
Right.
And so this year they're doing another cabaret. So people can just show up with like a song that they might want to sing and audition with it. And then the directors will be like, is this good enough? Is it not good enough? And then they decide. And Maggie has never participated, even though she has a beautiful voice of an angel, but she's never had the confidence enough in her voice of an angel to get on the stage and sing with me or anyone or even by herself. And
I'd say especially by
by herself. And she has decided to do it this year.
Yeah.
Yay.
I even suggested it.
You did.
I wasn't dragged into it.
You did suggest it.
I did suggest it.
That's true.
Yeah.
She has built confidence. She's had plenty of stage
I
time.
have confidence. Well, I haven't sung on stage.
No, not sung on stage.
Have
but I'm
you-
just
which
saying
is the
Have you
thing.
ever sung on stage ever?
Once, and it was in 7th grade, and I hated it.
Oh.
I had a one-line solo in the children's operetta at the CSA. I was the mayor's wife in
Oh.
The Emperor's New Clothes.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I hated my husband
Okay.
and my dress. It was not great.
no.
But and the line, I didn't.
Maggie came up with an idea for her, me, and our mommy to do a song together this year.
Yes.
What
And
song
it's
is that?
called A Soft Place to Land,
From Waitress.
which is my favorite show. So she
Mhm.
came
And
she
one of
said-
my favorite
She
shows.
said, "Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yes,
Yes, now,
yes.
please.
You want to? Yes,
Anything, yes."
And we've rehearsed it a good couple of times
Oh yeah,
now,
and it sounds good.
Sounds really good.
It sounds really
It
good.
sounds
Nice.
really good.
I like
Maggie
it.
and I have this point where our
Oh my
vocal
gosh,
parts
it's so good.
have this beautiful harmony
It's
together.
right at the end.
It is, but every time we rehearse it together and we get to that point and we nail it, we both while we were rehearsing, we close our eyes
in
a lot
our
of the
own
time.
zone.
We hit this harmony and we both just
It's
grin at each
so
other.
good.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just amazing. It's
I
so
can't
fun
wait.
to do.
So, and are you doing anything solo, Rebecca?
I am. I'm
Oh,
doing.
absolutely.
It's called, in parentheses, audition. Fools Who Dream. It's from La La Land. And
Oh,
it's
cool.
a song in the scene of the movie where the actress is auditioning for something.
Yeah.
And she goes into the audition room and they say, "Tell us a story." And she's like, okay. And she tells them a story about her aunt who used to live in Paris. And then it's a song about like art and
Cool.
artists. And it's beautiful.
I bet Mom's gonna love that one. Our
Art
mother hates artists.
She hates artists.
is
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
Music
then-
is dumb too, by the way.
Hey.
That's what she thinks. So also these again, like this isn't like a Dirty Dancing review show.
No.
It's like some of the acts will be kind of woof,
A lot.
Well, it's
but
most of the cast is above 60.
yes.
but my point is there are some talents that show up
Oh
at
my
this
gosh.
random cottage association in northern
In
Michigan
the middle of nowhere.
So crazy.
that have
talented.
like Hollywood or TV talent or Broadway
Broadway
talent.
talent.
Broadway,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And so it's like every once in a while you get. It's one of my favorite stories is when you were on stage. Which one did you sing? It was from Les Mis.
On My Own from Les Mis.
Yeah, and the family of one of the people from Broadway turned around to us afterwards and were like, "So where is she going for musical theater?" And we're like, "She's at Michigan State." Right at the time, you're at Grand Valley. I'm like, she's just
No,
she's
On My Own was last
Yeah,
year.
it was just last year. You were at
Michigan
Michigan State.
No, okay. So this was prior to that.
Oh, was this the popular one? When she sang the one
Oh,
from Wicked?
Popular from
From Wicked, yes. That's
okay,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's right. Because last year, I
Last year-
recorded the whole thing.
Last year was Waterworks.
Last
time.
year, I had this was the first time it's ever happened. Obviously, I don't know why else it would happen, but it was a big moment for me, and I think about it a lot. I did this song, and afterward, there's like everybody, all of the performers come and mingle with everybody, right? And a woman that I didn't know came up to me and she said, "Are you Rebecca?" And I said, "Yes." And she grabbed my hand in both of hers and she said, "That's how you sing that song." And I was like, I'm gonna cry.
Well, I did.
And she was like, "I just needed to come and shake your hand." That was amazing.
It was.
Oh
It was
my
a
God.
it was a fantastic performance. So I am very much looking
beautiful.
forward to that, and hopefully seeing
Your other dog?
all three important women who have lived in my home.
I was gonna say your stepmother is an avid listener of
Well,
this.
no, I'm saying in the nuclear family,
Yes.
like,
Okay.
like
Your
all three of my girls.
Your 3 girls.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
like my stepmom and my mom are both very important women in my life as well.
I thought you were just gonna leave it at the 3 very important
And
women
for-
in my life.
the only
The
important
only
women.
ones.
It's only 3.
Yeah.
I don't care about any other woman.
And there's a couple people,
I guess there's
senior
my
management
sister.
at my company that I should probably call
Flags
out. I mean, I can start
rising.
going down the list. But.
Oh man. Yeah, we when we like the first time we sang it through together, the 3 of us. Afterwards, I was like, "Oh, Dad's gonna cry."
Oh yeah, I
You
remember
know I'm gonna
this.
cry
We're gonna
anyway.
make Dad
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so
anybody who listens to a good performance of that song and doesn't cry
Dead
is
inside.
on my list as a suspect robot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when are the auditions for it?
Next Monday.
Yeah, Monday. I mean, it's
Oh, a week from tomorrow.
it's quote unquote auditions.
I know.
It's like
You just have to
come
show
in and sing what you're gonna sing for the show.
yeah, but the thing is, they also emailed us and said, email us with songs you would like to sing, and they already know that you and Mom and I are doing this song, so I don't know if you and Mom have to audition, unless you want to do something on your own, in which case you would sing that, but I'm gonna sing my Hopeful solo one as my audition, so I don't know what you and Mom are,
Oh, I don't know.
or even if you have to.
Yeah,
We could probably ask.
we can. Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
ask.
that
We're
would probably
close
be a
with
good
the
idea.
director.
I have Greg's phone
We're
number.
like close with everybody in charge.
Everybody's close with everybody.
Yeah, but for me, I've been auditioning for these things for a
Mhm.
long time,
Oh, and,
and
now
have
we're close.
not been close.
Okay, and now we're
since-
close.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, there's been a little turnover, right? Like there's a younger
Yeah,
generation that's leading it
true.
now.
there,
yeah.
that's true. And
Old
I
guard has
started
gone in.
coming in as stage manager,
Right.
Yes.
which means I have everybody's phone number.
And you have these relationships, coworker relationships with the
Yeah.
directors and vocal
Mhm.
directors
And
now.
and a key to the building.
Which, yeah. Don't say that. No. Actually, when
Stop
I'm
me.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. When you gave it to me, I didn't even need it. The door was open.
Yeah, it usually is.
Yeah.
During the season, yeah.
During the season, it's usually open. Off season, it's 50-50.
Dude, it was amazing. I got to hear saxophone in that building.
Oh my gosh. That's beautiful.
I laid down on my back and just stared at the ceiling, and I was like, I could die here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I still played,
This is
that's why I
amazing.
would go and play in the pool room, is because the acoustics
Oh,
were
yeah.
so
Beautiful.
heavenly in there.
We're still talking about places. This is
Well,
like a-
it's hard to have a conversation without nouns.
Whoa! Why you gotta burn me like that?
That's crazy.
I mean-
Jeez.
It's crazy. We usually try to pull our punches on the podcast.
Yeah.
But you just
go ahead
full
and
follow through.
dang TKO.
My
Well-
goodness.
I've got to make use of my time.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I was telling Dad
yeah, you
at
should
Gravity,
make use of it because it's probably gonna be the last time.
Yeah,
Well-
you're never coming back.
and I'll have to double down.
Yeah.
Say that.
The shallow end will now be hosted by Rebecca and Maggie because
Dad has been usurped.
I have been slayed.
Long live the king.
You have slayed.
Aw, cute. What were you telling Dad at dinner?
That I've been coming up with these really crazy phrases recently without using like phrases that are actually real ones in the English lexicon. I've been coming up with my own
Okay.
because I feel like it just needs a little spice, and also I can't think of the other ones in the moment.
Can I tell you what I heard
Go
today?
ahead. Yeah.
That was made up on the spot.
Okay.
You gotta look in the mirror to realize you have a zit.
No, you don't.
I feel it before I see
Well,
it.
yeah, you can feel it.
Not
you
me.
can feel the pressure.
I don't.
But that's actually such
I was
a
like,
banger line.
Hang on, don't say anything else. Let me turn that one down. Like, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Gotta look in the mirror to realize you got it.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit less phrases for me and more like really vivid descriptors. Like book level descriptions of things that are...
Give me an example.
That just... Well...
She can't, because she was saying at dinner...
No, it's things that I remember.
Words have left her tonight.
Words
today.
have left me
Oh.
today.
Yep.
Oh no! It's beginning.
This is Biden's America.
No,
Well,
not anymore.
Here's one.
Sorry, we're recording this the day that he dropped
Oh.
out.
Yeah,
So
it's Kamala's America now. Well, I was watching our show with Mom, House. I was watching House with Mom.
You got me hooked on that, by the way.
Really? Oh my god, yes!
I've been watching it.
Oh my god.
That's why
it's
I texted
so
you
good.
about it.
I didn't know if you had just been seeing what I'd been posting.
No, dude. I've been watching.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about this
No.
off air.
Yeah. So welcome everybody. Our family has just discovered this show that's been around since 2005 or something like that.
4.
No, 2005. It came out
4.
in 2005.
I thought it was 4. I looked it up.
Okay.
What? I think it's set in 2004 because that's when they were filming it. But anyways, no, you're
doesn't matter.
probably right.
I think I'm right. Thanks.
I think it matters not a lot.
So we just discovered this show, House MD. I actually recommended it to our mother without ever having seen a single minute. No,
Oh, really?
I've seen minutes on TikTok and various clips, but I hadn't ever seen a full episode all the way through.
I'm curious about what you think. What about this show made you think our mom would want it?
Well, she was watching The Good Doctor, and she said, I started watching this show for the autism, but there's too much of it. And I said,
You were like, I have
hey,
a perfect
do you
solution."
want a different medical drama that has autism, but isn't that much? But he isn't that autistic.
Ooh,
And
we
she
need
said-
to give some context about us talking about autism
Oh,
so freely.
All of us have it.
No, we did. We did.
We're all autistic.
Didn't we introduce Tism points on?
I don't know.
Did we?
I feel
I
like
don't
I have
know.
to.
Did
Because
you?
we freely discuss this in a way that is very blasé.
Oh, yeah.
That if you don't know the context.
Let's
No,
just say it clearly,
all
we're
have it.
part of the community.
Yes.
Yes.
We're on the spectrum. I don't know if you picked
We're
up
a
on that
whole
one.
rainbow in this home. Yeah, and so she started watching it. She got through the first 3 episodes before I started watching it because I joined her for the 4th episode, and I was like, "Oh my god,
I'm in.
This is so good."
Why?
No, but what was your? This is like your word.
My descriptor that I used. I will admit there were 10 milligrams involved, but we were watching
Deliver
a
10
couple-
milligrams stat.
a couple nights ago. Push 10 milligrams actually.
Push 10 milligrams. Yes, thanks.
Actually, as a scientist,
Well, I was picturing an
CCs.
IV.
it's mix. We don't say milligrams.
Well,
mix.
yeah.
10 mix.
Or CCs.
Or cc's. That's a different unit of
Well, a
measurement.
MiG is also a type of fighter jet, so
we could keep
Deliver
going.
'em.
bro.
so
Ukraine
deliver
needs
10 of them, I
no,
guess.
wait.
10 mix.
Anyways, I was watching an episode that I had already seen because I was too tired to watch any new episodes, but Mom was watching, so I just went down and joined her when she was watching it new for the first time. And at one point, they cut to a shot of somebody who's actively having surgery, and they're open on the table. And I looked at it, and that image was so viscerally burned into my brain. The first thing I could think to say was, that looks like cranberry jelly and a soup bone. And Mom had to pause the show because it was so jarring.
How many MiGs did she have?
I bet it did look like cranberry
It
jelly.
did look like cranberry. Which episode are you on? Because
Oh, more than 4.
I'm also, well, it wasn't episode 4.
Oh.
We watched like 3. This was a different instance.
I'm still in season 1, but
I'm halfway through season 2. You're
okay,
cruising.
I'm not that far. I'm cruising.
Which
but
which one? Oh, never mind.
We'll talk.
Actually,
Okay.
we'll talk later.
But-
We'll talk later. We need to talk later.
Okay.
Well, if we've been
I just finished episode 16.
Oh my god.
Of
Wait,
season
which one
one.
is that?
Okay, let me look.
How many episodes
cut
per
this.
season
There are
are
like
there?
22.
You don't need to cut this. This is fine.
This is regular
We're talking about-
conversation. We're just talking like
we're-
talking does.
Oh, episode 16 is about the obese girl.
Oh, yeah.
We're back
And
into
the obese girl
recommendation
that's not
podcast.
obese.
Dr. Chase is like
Dr. Chase
so
is
shitty.
so
I hate that guy.
I don't
Oh my
hate
God.
him because he's pretty, but
He is pretty, and I liked him at first,
But he's
even
so
though he
mean.
was shitty. At first, I was like, "You're
Yeah.
kind of shitty, but you're really pretty." And then his shittiness
Ooh, wow.
passed the
Well,
prettiness, and I was like,
Sing me
"You
that
suck."
song.
okay, all of the
You're kind of
characters
shitty,
are
but you're
shitty.
really pretty. That's a
kind-
country song.
It's kind of me, actually.
None of
Country song.
Actually,
Write that song.
well, none of the characters are role models.
No.
I'd say even the character that is considered to be the best person of all of them is still a terrible person.
Which one is supposed to be the
I
best
would love
person
to
of
debate
all?
with you about this.
Who? What?
I think
Dr. Wilson. Okay,
Oh my God. I
so
love
for
him.
context, this show
I saw one.
It's a medical drama, but it is one of those shows that they make that's like it's kind of Sherlock, you know. So the main
I mean,
character,
and they're based
Dr. House, is based on Sherlock
Sherlock
Holmes,
Holmes.
Right.
and then Dr. Wilson is his Watson, right?
Duh.
House and Wilson are Holmes, and Watson.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
We
But
talked about
Wilson
this,
is not in a lot of the episodes.
yeah. Not yet.
I mean, he's in the episodes, but he doesn't. There's a cat outside.
Oh my god.
Sorry. I had to think for a minute about if I had brought my cats because
Oh, is it the black cat?
Yeah.
Okay, it just lives nearby.
I'm changing
it's
the
a
subject
part outdoor cat.
off of house.
Oh.
I need to talk
Dang
about
it.
an extremely traumatic experience. That I
Okay,
had.
guys, we're giving up on House and talking about trauma.
Guys,
I think we're going to talk about the cottage again, aren't we?
We are.
So what's your
So the
traumatic
cottage.
situation?
my traumatic situation was that I went, like you mentioned, I went up to our cottage in northern Michigan, and I brought my 2 little cats with me.
Not little cats.
Well, they're little in comparison to everything else that's in the forest.
They are normal-sized cats.
I think they're large cats.
Normal. They are not fat,
Not fat, no.
but large.
But large.
They're
Like
big-
they're
Big,
they're-
fit cats.
They're
Yes.
big boned.
the frames that they have grown into are large ones,
Yes.
but they are not chubby.
No.
No, not at all.
No, Jay has actually slimmed down.
Oh,
He really has.
Slim Jim.
Jay has slimmed down and Basil has kind of chunked up a little, so
Okay,
they're
so
a
they've
little
evened
bit.
out.
They have,
Okay.
but
They're shared.
they're usually very good up there. They know, like they love it up there because they can sniff. There's like a nice screened-in back porch that they get to go out
I mean,
on.
that was the first place you took them.
almost
After-
yes,
well,
almost
They were
immediately
here
after,
for like a couple days, and then they went to the cottage for
almost
like
immediately
a month.
after I adopted them when they were 6, 7 months old. They were so they love it there, but it's almost every door is a screen door, so we have to block them off when we leave.
And
So
one
that
of
they
them
don't
is
push themselves
and
out.
one of them is kind of naughty.
Yes, one of them's a shithead. We can even say.
Okay.
Yes.
I
And
didn't want to go there.
I left one evening, and I closed the screen door and put our welcome mat up against it so that
The
they
welcome
couldn't,
mat is heavy.
so they couldn't push out of it. Right?
Yeah, it's
That's
big.
like I did my due diligence. Like, don't let
Yeah.
these cats escape into the woods of northern Michigan.
And they're black.
black,
they're black
cats,
cats.
so they will hide. And there's been confirmed cougars and black bears there.
Yep.
So I was like, keep these cats inside. I don't want them to be a snack. We come back at like 11:30 p.m. The mat is still up against the door. So I'm like, okay, all's well. We go in there. My one cat comes running up. He's excited that we're back.
and
I say,
also
"Hi.
probably wants to say something
Hi.
to you.
How's it going? Love you so much. Good to see you. And then I go looking for his brother to say hi and let him know that we're home. And I look throughout the entire cottage and I can't find him. And I'm like, okay, this has happened before where he disappeared because he's very good at hiding. Let me do another sweep and let me look in like the weirder spots.
On top of the fridge.
Right, stuff like that.
Yeah, in the closet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I do another sweep and I'm like, interesting. Still not here. And his brother's kind of being weird and just screaming out the front door. Like looking out the front door and yelling. And I was like,
Telling you that his brother
Okay.
is outside.
okay, don't panic yet though. Let me do a third sweep. So now I'm sweeping the house. The other person with me is sweeping the house. We're looking. No sign. Again, the mat was against the door when we got back. It looked untouched.
Yep.
Cat is nowhere to be seen. So now I'm starting to panic. Again, it's nearing midnight. Mm-hmm. It's dark. My cat is black. I don't know where he is. We go out into the woods with flashlights, and I'm like, I'm gonna lose my mind. So we're looking, we're yelling for his name. I'm trying not to be too much of a disturbance because there are still people like that are in the woods in their cottages. So I'm not being too loud, but I am definitely like being pretty loud.
You're projecting.
I'm projecting. We're out there for 30 to 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I have just collapsed into like a panic attack.
Yeah, you were texting me too.
I'm in a full panic attack. I'm sobbing, like trying to breathe. Like what I'm imagining is either I find him tonight and he's a smear on the side of the road, or I find him tomorrow and it's his corpse because he's been attacked by a raccoon or something. So my two options here were either find his body tonight or find his body tomorrow. Like honestly, at this point, I thought he was dead, and so I was panicking. And we see somebody walking down the road. We see a flashlight walking down the road. We run up to them and we're like, have you seen a black and white cat? And they go, actually, yeah, he was walking that way. And we're like, okay. And I'm like beelining it for that way. And I look around that way and it was toward the big road. Mm-hmm. So I'm like looking all along these roads. I at one point I find like a splatter, and I'm looking closely, and I like
squirrel.
I picked up a tuft of fur and like felt it
to make sure,
and it was raccoon fur. It was not him.
No, because he's got silky soft fur.
So I'm running. I'm going back and forth. I walk back to the cottage at one point to like get it, like just take a fucking breath.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker has sat his little ass on the welcome mat. In front of the fucking door.
What's up, Mom?
I walk up
Where
the
you
door,
been?
walk up the stairs, and he's sitting there.
This
He
jerk.
sees me, and he runs away.
Oh, what a dick.
And I'm like, oh, and my panic and sadness evaporates. Immediately.
Now you're in mom mode.
It's fucking rage, dude.
You little piece of
I
shit.
went, snatched that bitch up. I have some scratches. This is from him.
Oh.
This is from, he scratched the fuck out of me, but I threw him into the cottage.
He tasted freedom. He was about
The
to
other
taste
person with me
loss.
walks in. He goes, "Is he here?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes,
Look at that sound tick. Oh my god.
we both looked at this fucking cat who just I threw him
He's
into the
fine.
house. He sat down. He's totally fine. He looks unruffled, untouched. He sits and looks at me, and I'm like,
You're dealing with like a little 13-year-old male.
like everything is different.
I
Our relationship
don't know why you're so pissed off, Mom. I was
Child tried to
fine.
run away.
has fundamentally
He
changed.
packed a bag.
Jesus.
He packed all his favorite
the
comics
next
and a change of
morning-
clothes.
The next morning, he tries to wake me up in his cute little way that he usually does
Oh
in the
my
morning.
gosh.
I'm like, get the fuck off of me.
You have lost waking up privilege.
We are not cool, dude. Like, we are not cool.
Oh, that beast.
Dude, it was horrible.
Yeah, that's...
But of all of the outcomes, that was the best thing that could
Well,
have
sure,
happened.
yeah.
So I had to, like, contend with, like, my all-consuming rage
Your
at this little
bitch-ass
fucker.
cat.
And also just relief and gratitude that this was
Yeah.
how it happened.
I do want to point out that I agree that it's dangerous for a domesticated cat to be out in that environment, but not every animal is murdered every night. You know that, right?
No, but...
Like, the squirrels are in the trees, and
Yeah.
they
But you know what the squirrels have done? Lived there all their lives.
Right, no, I know.
You know what Basil hasn't? Lived there ever.
He actually has not had outside privileges ever.
He does have kind of like the unjustified privilege and confidence of a white male.
He does. Well, that's what I was saying. Afterwards, when he was fine and safe, I was like, thank God it was Basil and not Jay.
Oh my gosh.
Because
Jay would have
Jay would not have made it back.
No.
Jay would for sure have died.
Gotten lost, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, anyway, I'm glad that story
ended the way it did.
Ended well with your maternal rage.
He's alive and well and still being a shithead, probably.
Absolutely is.
Totally. He hasn't grown out of it yet.
He's never stopped being a shit.
Will he ever grow out of it?
No, it's who he is.
No.
And I love him for that.
That's who he's always been.
Hey guys, how much time do you have? Do you spend on LinkedIn?
This sounds like the beginning of a sponsorship. We're not sponsored.
We're not sponsored by LinkedIn. I spend zero amount of time
None.
on LinkedIn.
I'm not sure I have it.
I'll say 10% because I look at a lot of jobs on there, but I don't do stuff on there.
I just received a little viral funny, and it's a picture of Joe Biden with the LinkedIn profile photo with the hashtag open to work, which I'm like, I'm okay with that. That's cute. That's pretty good.
No, I think the point of him stepping down is that he is hashtag not open to work.
Yeah, probably hasn't been for a while.
No. Open to retirement.
What is he, 81? He's 81?
He is 81.
Good lord.
That's too many. We also talked about this at dinner.
Yes, Nancy Pelosi's 84 and still
83, right?
84
Oh my
and
God.
still
Up and
in
kicking?
Congress. Not the speaker anymore, but still in Congress. Maggie had a really interesting thought experiment.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was.
Did
Here's
you
the
say-
real thought experiment is me trying to remember what my thought was.
You said, I wonder how many people
Oh.
would not
Okay.
be in...
Here, let me finish
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
If we were to remove every single American politician over the age of, what did I say?
70.
70. How many would be left?
And-
Like, what percentage
and-
of
and-
our
I'd love to
politicians
know.
And my
would
guess,
be left?
my guess was 50% of the Senate and 30% of the House of Representatives would not be eligible to serve.
And how many
I'm
governors?
guessing. That's my guess.
And how many?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good guess.
And then you do the same thing for the Supreme Court, and pretty soon,
Yeah.
pretty soon you have.
We don't have a government.
Well, pretty soon you wind up
We
with
have a fresh government.
people serving in offices who actually understand the issues of the day.
Or
How about that?
will be affected by the decisions that they make.
Yeah,
Oh,
that too.
yeah.
Would be
Right.
great.
That would be ideal.
That'd be great.
I'd love that.
Okay, hang on.
We're getting into the deep end, I feel.
We've approached and actually walked inside of politics, which we promised we would never do.
But we're not being
Gosh.
partisan right now. We're
That's true.
talking about politics
That's
from a
That's
we're
true.
we're hovering over politics.
Yeah.
We're hovering over
And
politics.
we have different political views, so I don't think we
I
can
think
get into
all three
it.
of us.
Oh yeah,
have different.
all
political-
three of us
agree that
do
we have different-
have
yes,
different
but-
political views.
We're gonna back our little butts right out of the deep end there.
Yep.
Yep.
And hang out
Okay,
in the
let's
shallows.
kick pedal.
Pedal? Kick pedal?
Kick,
No,
Back
that's
pedal.
a drum.
Back pedal.
Back pedal.
Yeah, back pedal.
The kick pedal?
The kick pedal. Drum. Dad, did you have anything else on your little sticky note that you wanted to hit on, or did we move past it?
I mean, the only other thing that I wanted to make sure that we talked about and put out into the universe is another conversation about topics
Yes.
where we can just sit and brainstorm
I
topics.
think that's a really good idea because I am.
Because
running
I think
a little bit dry.
we've been struggling, and I mean, like, I'd really like our 4th of July episode.
Yes, I did too.
I could probably help brainstorm.
I think
That's
you're
what
good at
that- yeah,
ideas.
that's-
What I would love is topics that I feel inspired by, because I am looking at our list and I'm like,
Yeah,
I could talk about that.
Right?
But
No, I agree with you.
yeah, and I don't think I think what we've been doing is I think we've been hitting two topics that have been too broad, because then we feel a little bit stagnated. I think we need to have more of like a thing to talk about, you know.
Well, sometimes like last time I was okay with the idea that it was a very broad topic, and then it evolved into what we should have known it would be.
Yes,
But
I think that was a unique situation.
I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm just not sure that we're gonna come up with the perfect, concise topic.
Well, here's one that might
Hit it.
take you guys back some years.
Uh-oh.
high school culture and the value of bullying.
I like
because
you've already
the family is anti-bullying.
I don't know if we can say the family.
Oh, true. Some of us are anti-bullying.
Yeah, I mean,
like high school.
Kind of spoiled the reveal there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I called it the value of bullying.
You did. That's what I mean. You
did.
spoiled it.
Yeah.
In the title alone.
Yeah,
I like
but
the
how
topic.
many minutes, how many seconds into the episode would you have also spoiled that? Not many.
Pretty quick.
Yeah. So, is it really a spoiler, or is it just like
That's
the blurb on the back of the
Interesting though,
book?
because my opinion on this has shifted a little bit in recent
really?
years.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to
Well, that's
expose too much.
Not
Okay.
talk about
But I
it
do
now.
think that would be. I think high school could be an interesting thing to talk about, and I also think bullying could be a separate thing that we could talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Or
It's hard to talk about high school without talking about bullying, and vice versa.
I
In my
disagree.
opinion,
At least for us two, because I was never bullied in high school.
neither was
She
I.
was the bully. She
No,
could just look
I
at
was
people
not
in
the
the hallway
bully.
and they'd
I
be
was-
like,
Well,
the ice
you
queen
were
cometh.
intimidating, but you weren't a bully.
I was not the bully. I was of the group of kids that were bullied, but to Dad's point, I was not a bullyable person.
Right.
No.
I was
Shields
a person.
up.
I was a person that gave off danger signals in every part of me.
Yeah.
So people don't
Rebecca
really,
was the
really just
icon
talk to
of
me.
resting bitch face.
I really was.
Oh gosh.
It wasn't even resting. Resting, active,
Aggressive
at all
bitch
times,
face.
bitch face. Yeah.
Come at me.
Come at me, bitch.
Let's go.
Let's see how you fare. Yeah, but I think high school could be a conversation between us because we could talk about our different experiences in high school. I think it'd be interesting because your relationship with our mother began in high school. I think we could compare.
Yeah, high school is a good one.
I think it would be a good one. And then I also think bullying could be a completely separate thing because we could talk about, I don't know your experience with bullying, don't tell me because it would be fun to talk about. Like, we could dive into it.
Yeah,
little.
we could talk about that.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
We could talk about it all kind of in the same realm. Just kind of we did talk about growing up, but that turned into what is the definition of being a grown up, right?
We
Like,
talked about growing
that's
up
where we landed on
as
it.
a verb rather than a point in time.
Yeah, so I would say
Yeah.
it's something about like the current culture / climate around. So I'm the things I'm thinking about are the over infatuation with youth sports that become all encompassing and
Yeah.
tribalization in groups in schools and things like that, and like things that are not really healthy,
Yes.
but absolutely exist. It's most of it is adults being shitty about their kids, but
Yeah.
I also don't know a lot about your childhood. So it'd
well,
be
that would be
interesting.
good. Like high
to-
school, yeah.
Like we could dig into some of these
We
things.
better do that
we've
now because
never
I'm gonna
talked about,
I'm gonna
right?
forget about it.
Like that. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, ma'am? See, already
Oh.
you've helped us.
Yeah. What else? What are your other ideas?
Keep going.
I don't know. You guys are open to whatever?
Anything.
Okay, I'm just gonna start spitting out ideas.
Maggie.
Disney adults.
Disney
in general.
Ooh, Disney adults / adults that take obsessions too far.
We
Like-
did.
Oh,
We did kind
yeah.
of. We well, no, not Disney. You're talking about Disney adults in a different way. Then
Yes.
we did talk about what's her name. I always forget her name. The Disney
Bridget
star.
Mendler?
Yeah.
Bridget Mendler.
We talked about her in conspiracy theories
We did. Because she's a time traveler.
because she's a
course she
time
is.
traveler. Yeah.
Is he going in the couch?
I saw a time traveler video in my
Did you?
social feed.
How?
It was a security cam, definitely totally altered, not real,
super
but it
real.
was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was a black and white security camera video of a shoe store because that's where time travelers would go.
Well, I don't know. I would.
Maybe they need shoes.
It was an easy shoe. Anyway, it's it's like a couple of people walking out from like the cashier, and there's a mirror there where people get to look at themselves with their shoes on, and somebody walks by and they're in the mirror, and then the next person walks by and they don't show up in the mirror.
Oh, you didn't see time travelers, you saw a vampire.
I'm sorry.
Come on,
Wrestling
man.
World labeled it time traveler video.
Oh, Wrestling World isn't really credible.
It's definitely Chinese or Russian, so it doesn't really matter.
Did you see Hulk Hogan was at the arts?
So was some porn star.
Really? Wow.
Who yeah, now we're getting back into politics,
I
but
know.
Yeah.
I
some
can't
porn
stop.
star who apparently, yeah, she like was one of the founders of the Slut Walk or something like that.
I don't know what that
I don't
is.
know what the slut walk is.
I think it's in like
Wait,
San Francisco.
I do know what it
where
is.
a bunch
San
of like
Francisco Slut Walk?
ultra feminist.
They walk
Don't tell me what to do with
in
my
like
body.
slutty little outfits in
Oh
like
my
a
gosh.
march.
Yeah. She spoke at the
Oh.
the RNC
What?
convention. Like,
Interesting.
what bizarro world are we living in right now?
Wow, these worlds
Oh.
overlapping is crazy.
Oh.
Wow, interesting. I wouldn't think that the people attending the RNC
Well,
were-
back to Maggie's point about certain apps crashing in
That's
Milwaukee
fair.
that week.
That's true.
So fair.
That's true.
Pornhub was not able to be pulled up that week. in
Yeah, there was a
Milwaukee.
lot of horn dogs in Milwaukee
Ew.
last
Yikes.
week or 2 weeks ago.
I mean, what else are you gonna do in Wisconsin?
Milwaukee's a cool city.
I know we've actually been there, and I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
We went and saw one of our podcast.
We did, which
Fam.
I would love to see again before they die, because they're dying.
You mean their
Oh, the
podcast?
podcast. Oh
Not
my god.
the
I thought you
people.
meant the people.
No, they're young still.
They-
Are any
they're-
of their podcasts
I mean,
doing
they're
okay?
middle-aged.
They're
Is-
all doing okay,
but they're not top of the
but
top.
and also they're tired. Come on, they've been
I don't
doing
know.
this for 10 years.
Yeah, there's only so much you can talk about.
Yes.
Keep that in mind, guys.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Well, we
I mean,
just started and we're already
That's
hitting
true.
our-
Well, you have 1,000 minutes out.
I did hear that most podcasts, that there are 5 million podcasts out there, most of them never make it to double digits.
We did it!
Yoo-hoo!
This is
Wow.
15.
We've arrived.
Oh my
By the way,
gosh. That's
we're well into double digits.
that's cray.
Yay us. That means we're gonna.
Does that
make it,
reflect
Dad?
We're gonna
well
make
on
it.
you, or
Yeah.
does it reflect poorly on you?
Can't tell.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Anyways,
sure.
here's another idea.
Ooh.
Interior decoration, along with restoring old houses / painting everything millennial gray.
Or
Wow,
maybe
that
trim
sounds
of
like a
windows.
podcast you want to do, Maggie. You sound like you have
Hey.
very strong opinions about something that makes me want to go
Kill myself.
Yeah.
suck my thumb.
All of these are things that I
You
could
would
definitely
like to
talk
do.
about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know if
You
I'm gonna
really
add.
are working your
Yeah,
way
I
into
mean-
taking my spot, aren't you?
No, I'm just drawing from only my own brain for this, so it's going to be only things that I would think of as podcast topics.
We do need to come up with a plan for a semi-live show with Kathleen.
Okay.
We still need to do that. It's probably in
Okay.
the fall.
What are we talking about with Kathleen?
It's going to be like a chit-chat episode.
I would love that.
We could do
I just
some science.
I just want to ask her about herself.
Yeah.
I would love that.
We're going to practice our interviewing skills with Kathleen.
Yes, but I
Dr.
don't want
Kathleen.
it. I don't want it to be an interview. I want it to be a
Yeah,
conversation.
of course. Interviews are supposed to be conversations.
But they never are.
The good ones are.
Okay, I've never experienced that.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Oprah's done it.
Has she? Okay, I'm not
I
Oprah.
mean, she
admit
she
it.
turned herself into a billionaire by doing it.
So true.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Once we get Oprah
on the podcast.
in the no, just as a fan listening regularly.
Your time is running out.
Oh gosh.
Hey.
Whoa.
Well,
Don't be
everybody
giving
does-
out
I've
death
been
wishes
thinking
for
a lot
Oprah.
about mortality recently,
I thought you were
Dad.
gonna say
Why?
Oprah. Yeah.
Mortality?
Because most of the year I'm away from my family, and I've realized over the past year that I'm not going to be with my family for my whole life, and they're going to go eventually.
Ah!
And I can't stop thinking about it. Like, anytime any of my family members are in a car that I'm not in,
Yep.
I'm anxiously watching my phone to see if I get a notification that they've crashed.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, there's counseling for that.
Yeah.
That's not healthy.
No, it's
No,
not.
I know.
But I've been
This
there,
is coming
girl.
from the same person who envisions the headline of her death every time she feels unsafe. So,
I don't envision the headline, but I do envision what I'm gonna do. Like,
oh yeah, no,
at
I
all
do that too.
times. Yeah, I know.
But if
'cause
it's
for women,
if it's in a car and I can't really do much, I picture like 19-year-old girl crushed to death in horrible accident.
well, I think about what song
Her
will
family
be,
is bereft.
I think about what song will be playing if I die.
Me too.
In that moment.
Sometimes
Oh,
I
you
skip.
got-
Well,
okay.
sometimes if only when I'm driving on the highway.
Like,
Sometimes
I
I'm
don't wanna
driving
die
on
to
the
this.
highway. I skip a song because I'm like, I can't have this be the last
can't be
song
the
I
last
ever
one.
hear.
Is this
I can do better than this.
is this the modern version of parents telling their kids, make sure you have clean underwear on so that in case you die, you're not
I think
embarrassing?
so.
Hey, I
Make
think
sure
about
you're not
that
playing an embarrassing
when I'm on
song.
my period. Is what if I get in a crash and they think that
I'm
the blood
bleeding
is from like an
Everywhere.
injury?
Yeah.
I think that they know. I think that they're trained that if you've got
Do
a
they?
pad or a tampon,
No.
you're not
But what if-
bleeding
but
from
what
that.
if it's everywhere?
What if it's
What if it's everywhere? What if a boat falls on you in Holland?
Then you die,
Hey,
dude.
that's already been checked off. I don't think anybody else can claim that anymore.
That happened today.
That happened.
Wait, what?
When I was
Oh,
in Holland,
yeah.
Michigan, we talked. When I was in Holland, Michigan, golfing today, we saw Aeromed. We heard a bunch of sirens for like 10 minutes straight, and then we saw Aeromed come in 20 minutes later and land. And I'm like, oh, that's on the main road. We know where that is. And then I wound up finding the story afterwards, and it's a truck pulling a boat on a trailer. The boat wasn't secured. They were trying to go around a turn. The boat fell off the trailer and landed on two people who were pedestrians just on the corner.
Holy shit. Are
Yep.
they okay?
No,
No.
they're very much not okay.
They're dead?
One of them is dead. The other one has been
One of them was helicoptered
Oh my God.
to
To
the
here.
hospital in Grand Rapids, and the other one was
is dead
not,
on scene.
not
Whoa.
able to make it.
Yeah.
So
What a crazy thing to happen.
super
Crazy.
dumb.
Yep.
Like that.
Yep.
And if you believe in anything, like, is it really your time to die if a fucking boat lands on you?
Oh my
guess.
gosh.
Listen to our religion episode. Which I think would be fun to revisit.
Religion.
Religion?
Part 2.
I think there's more to
Religion redux.
I think there's more
Yeah.
or to be sought
Mind?
there.
Just
Yeah.
call it re-religion
We're going back to church.
or re-religion.
Ooh, there. Listen,
marketing.
You should be in marketing.
Oh my gosh. Should I? Wow.
Re-religion is really good. That's what I'm putting it in my note as.
Well,
We also
I am
do
a thinker.
we do still need to get scheduled David's episode.
I think we need to sit down and schedule. Is what I think we need to do.
Yeah, but we tried to do that and then we got really bad at it because
We
summer
did,
hit.
but it was
guys.
still good to have it
Yeah.
written down. And I think if we at least have
But
a plan written down, I'm okay with us moving it around. But
Fudging
to have
it a
it there.
little.
in the
but
first schedule.
summer is tough because
That's true.
like
I'm
you're
all over
dealing
the
with a
place.
lot of stuff right now,
Yeah.
trying to get organized and.
Dude.
You want to share more about your life?
I want to share a little bit about it, and then we can sign off. But I thought that this project that I was going to work on in the lab was going to be something that I was working on with the lab, but turns out I'm in charge of it,
What?
and the people who are joining in the lab are like reporting to me.
Oh.
No shit.
Yes, shit.
Okay.
Yes, shit.
Brief reminder: Rebecca's the only undergraduate in the lab. Everybody else is like masters and PhD students.
PhD
or
students.
all PhD
Multiple
students.
of them have masters already, but
Yeah.
the rest, like, they're all there to get their PhD in organic synthesis, which is not my thing at all. And I mean, it's great to finally have like responsibility and feel like I'm doing something for the lab because I've been doing like odd jobs for a while. But I think that Dr. Gare has more confidence in my ability or at least my proficiency in these programs than I really have, because a lot of what I'm doing is people coming to me and being like, this threw an error in the code, and I'm like, I didn't write this code, let's figure it out, I guess. So I'm like, I keep going into the lab and I just sit in the grad student lounge with like 3 or 4 PhD students around me with their just like taking turns shoving their computers in my faces and being like, this is what it said to me, can you fix this? And then I fix it and then I move on, and then they run their job and another error comes up and they give it back to me. It's exhausting.
But it sounds like
You're playing
Dr.
IT
Gare's,
guy for a
it
lab.
sounds like Dr. Gare's confidence in you is well warranted, because the PhD students don't have a fucking clue and you're fixing shit.
I'm fixing about 60 to 70% of what they give to me.
Okay, well,
The
I mean, if
rest
they're
of it-
still coming to you, it means you're doing well enough.
The rest of it, I'm like, take a screenshot of that, and at group meeting, we'll talk to Dr. Gare about it. But, like, it's stressful because this is not my stuff. It's not what I'm learning.
Right.
It's mostly quantum mechanics and quantum molecular modeling, which is something that people go to school for and then also get PhDs for to do this stuff. And I haven't done either of those things.
And you're in charge.
And I'm kind of in charge. So I'm also learning on the
gosh.
job. Like, I'm doing a lot of Googling and, like, reading of articles.
Everybody learns on the job. It's great.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Good.
But I'm also very stressed
So
out.
like high stress, yeah.
Because there are people that are now depending on me. It's not
And-
just me.
Uh-oh.
No.
And there's some hope that it could turn into something else.
There's at least a publication in the future
Mm-hmm.
that my name will be on.
Publication.
I hope, because I'm doing a lot of stuff. My name better be on that page. Dude.
Following in your mother's footsteps.
Yes. we
She
talked about
also,
this. Yeah.
as an undergrad, was published,
Yeah.
and that was very rare. And yeah,
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun. I'm having fun.
good.
But I am overwhelmed. Yeah. This last week was very overwhelming.
So
Well.
sometimes overwhelming is fun too.
Yeah, it is nice to get home and be like, damn, I like did
Yeah.
like a lot of stuff
Worked
today.
my
And, like,
ass off today.
and like like stuff that
Fred.
matters, you know, not just homework that like I guess matters, but like this stuff is like
Yeah.
like it matters, you know. So it's fun.
Hi, bud. Me so Fred.
We had the three-legged Fred try to
Hippity-hoppity,
jump up on the
limpy-gimpy.
table, and
wants to
then
be part
suddenly
of the
realized that he
podcast.
didn't want to be a part of the
You don't
podcast.
want to be part of the podcast. Okay. He might chit chat though. He's a chit chat Kit Kat.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Have we accomplished all we've?
We've chitted
We have a.
and we have sure chatted.
I mean,
prefer
I gotta go.
chatting to chitting.
I've got to go check my pants now. She's
Have we all
claiming
chitted?
that we've chitted.
If we've been chitting this whole time,
I for sure have chitted.
I am in trouble.
I don't know about you guys. My
I've
pants
been
are fully
mostly
chitted.
sticking to chatting.
The good news is I have an American political leader diaper on,
Oh, lucky
and so
American
I've just been.
generic American political leader.
I mean, both of those main guys probably.
Dude, as we were just saying, 50 to 30%.
you. Anyways,
All right,
All right, I'm pouring myself another
Pinot Noir.
another
Pauly
Yola.
wine, and we're gonna sign off, and
gonna
we're
sign off.
going to. We're going to meet and talk about
And
a
we're-
schedule
yes.
and topics, and we hope to do better for everybody.
Oh, come on. They just love to hear our voices. They don't care what we talk about. All 2 of them.
That's true. Hey, there's 22 to 24 of them.
Yeah, that's actually true. We had some good downloads last episode. Shockingly.
Downloads?
That's what they call plays
just
of
Streams,
listening.
downloads,
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
a download.
Okay, I was like, who?
'Cause
I'd be
they-
worried if people are downloading the episode.
Well, they
No.
if you subscribe, I think it auto downloads, right?
It saves into your, like, at least on Spotify.
Oh yeah, okay, it does save to your library.
He's a biter. Watch out.
He doesn't like when I touch his
Well, yeah, because
stump.
he doesn't have claws.
All right.
Well, thanks for joining us again. We hope you've enjoyed. What is this? Chit Chat 3?
3. Yeah.
Chit Chat 3 featuring Maggie.
There will be fewer
Yay.
chit chats once I think summer is over and we're in like a.
But I do think that we would.
Schedule.
Like I'll have more of a schedule.
I do like just going with no agenda and having conversations.
I think it's very us.
I agree. So, I mean, maybe it's just the norm, and we just turn to topics every once in a while when we really feel motivated
that could be true.
by
Maybe
it.
we are just like a chit chat show. Like stick with it for the personalities of us.
Or the latest breaking political news. Oh wait,
because Biden is open for work on LinkedIn.
All right. Well, thank you to Maggie.
Yeah,
You're
for joining
welcome
us.
from Mim.
And we hope to see all of our shallow friends back for our next episode.
Peace out.
All right. Bye, guys.
Love you. Bye.